Okay, we are live. Hello, and welcome back to Dancing with the Devil. This session so far holds the record for the least amount of prep, um, and probably the longest. Well, maybe not the longest hiatus, but the longest hiatus for a while.
Yeah.
We've missed, I think, 3 weeks now.
Yeah. Something like that. It's been. The minutes have been on.
Yeah, so this is just a little filler, to get a few things done as life has kept us from being able to, properly keep up with the story. But, the introduction, I will be your storyteller. I am Kiarlo Larlandine the First, and this will be my player.
I am Gimmick.
That is correct.
Yeah. Should I do the?
Yeah,
I won't do the full name. Oh, I forgot Quip.
You didn't introduce your character either.
You're right. Lord Voltaire Castellanter is who I'm playing. He doesn't dress like this once.
No,
not
no.
even a little.
First time either of us have dressed up for a session in a long time.
Yes. I would put a hat on, but I have a hat on. And I don't want to get jealous.
Yes.
I'm sleepy.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a bit late.
Right.
But, of course, I do want to thank both Vincept and Shane Ivers for the music they are allowing us to use. Please check out Vincept at their Bandcamp and YouTube. Check out Shane Ivers at silvermansound.com. It's just great music. Great music.
Can you tell how excited I am to be back in this? Can you tell? Because I'm on the edge of my...
Hilarious.
I mean,
With that top tier joke, the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. Let's get into the recap.
I'm so good at using my brain, bro. You got no idea.
Over the course of this year, Lord Voltaire Castellanter has become acolyte to Saint Argus, the founder of the Young Crusade of Cleansing, and was interim leader of said crusade. With a significant failure whilst leading that failure being a raid on a cult, and no major successes, Voltaire was advised to take an inquisitorial role, and has been recovering from a lost arm, several lost friends. Throughout all this time, Voltaire has been kept company by a reflection of himself, a shape-shifting antagonist turned friend turned lover, now known as Harry, and who refers to Voltaire as Terra. After catching a brief, incomplete glimpse of Terry's true form, suspicious curiosity has been nagging at the back of Terra's mind. At the start of fall, Voltaire was given his first significant mission for the Crusade since his injury. He is to go south to an unnamed hamlet by the mouth of the river Delimbriar. I think. Nope, there's no R. The R's at the end. Delimbriar.
Delimbriar.
Yes. Did not have time to pronunciation check all of these. Delimbriar.
It's the one who buys
And
the Delim.
investigate, and if possible, infiltrate a cult that has been reported there. Taking this mission as an excuse to take his young siblings out of the city, Voltaire moves himself and the kids into their family vacation villa by the river. Astute watchers may notice that the name of the river changed. That's because I realized that the River Desarian is really close to Waterdeep. Like,
we need to get out of town.
Like,
go over there.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, I mean, I think it was like 3 hours or something like that.
Probably.
It was really close.
Who knows?
So I chose a farther south river, Delenbire, which is significantly further. Voltaire left Waterdeep on the 1st of the 10th month, which has a name. I'll look that up because why not? On the 1st...
Santos October.
Nope. Of Marpanoth.
Marpanoth.
Yep, left on the 1st of Marpanoth and passed through the town of Daggerford on the 8th of Marpanoth, arriving at the unnamed hamlet on the 10th.
Like, what do you not name? You already...
Well, you just kind of build houses, and then you're like, it's the one to the west of Daggerford. Like, basically, they've had no reason to name it yet.
You're right. I'm gonna give them I'm gonna think of something real cool to do, or really unfortunate. Gonna be named.
As you arrive in fall to your villa.
Orange around here. Character voice. La.
The family villa is, as you arrive, very empty. Hasn't been used for, well, about a year, which isn't uncommon. Everything's covered in sheep. It was a vacation home that was, well, wasn't used as much as the main villa in the city.
Yeah.
As, really, your family only took holidays here, months at a time, but never an entire winter. Well, especially considering they really only came here during the summer. But
it's gonna be a whole new experience being on a place, this house old.
This house is built on the river. This villa is built on a hill that overlooks the unnamed hamlet and has a slope down to the river. There are docks that are owned by the family on the river. But the river, there are currently, there would be like a boathouse and have a small, ship probably maybe there.
A ship?
There's, they're like very small, like a
fantasy yacht.
Sloop. I mean,
a good one. That's a good word. Thanks.
You're the yacht. If your family has a yacht, it would be kept probably in the city.
Yeah.
Like in the docks.
Yeah. In a box.
As you now kind of look at the docks and you're like, oh man, if we had a yacht, we could have sailed from the city. That probably would have been faster. Well.
Whoops.
You're not used to being rich.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
There is also, like, extra, like, rooms in this place for travelers, if need be, as well as stables. But there is plenty of unused space in this building that could be expanded upon. Game rules, you have 6 expansion points left for this, stronghold building, whereas your one back in the city has 2 left, and they're all underground. They're all in the basement. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're all in the basement.
Yeah, you have. So, there's much more grounds here than in the city. That are owned by your
family. All this ground.
Whereas the grounds in the city are much smaller.
Yeah.
And the much less room for expansion. As yes, you arrived, and I'm not gonna ask you to try to remember it off the top of your head what order you did some downtime in. We did some downtime between sessions. But you
kind of one after.
Yeah, so you kind of went into the hamlet to try to. The first thing you did was just took a 10-day to kind of like while the kids are like getting to know people in the hamlet or whatnot and just kind of decompressing. You decompressed and kind of built some rapport with the people of this hamlet. The hamlet is very small. You're aware that there are basically it's a fishing hamlet. Everyone in this hamlet, like there are just fishing trawlers by the river.
Yeah.
And they just go out into the ocean to fish. This is like right at the mouth of the river. The ocean is just there.
Oh wow. Beautiful.
Whereas Daggerford is up the river.
Yeah.
About well, I mean, traveling at the leisurely pace you were traveling, it took 2 days, but it's about 7 hours to walk to Daggerford.
You got time clean.
Oh.
Okay. Fella.
If you were keeping a reasonable pace.
I'm very reasonable. We all know this. Never made an
so
decision.
There is basically just like a collection of some houses and a public house and a monastery. And then the Castellanter Villa. And that's like this entire village. This entire hamlet.
Do the people in this hamlet know it's Castellanter property, that villa? Or is it just like, it's some friggin' rich people come over?
They'd know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Alright. Then I will up my game on healthy with my disguising needed.
Okay.
Go into them and froze them.
So you try to like build rapport as like you come in as Voltaire Castellanter then? Or are you disguising yourself as
like entering the villa or
no, like when you're trying to gain rapport with the villagers, because like I believe your goal behind that is to learn about the cult.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. My instinct was, guys, when cult has been
right,
but biased.
Like
probably just easier to just always be in disguise.
Yeah,
just go one or the other.
Yeah.
So, I don't think I'm never not showing myself as Voltaire. There's been like a few times just to be like, oh yeah, that guy's still in the.
Yeah.
But also, there's some other guy.
Right.
Who
yeah.
happens to be.
So go ahead. Go ahead and make a like, what is your intention like whenever you go out as Voltaire? Like, if like, do you actually interact with anybody, or do you just like go to the monastery, or like go and buy something from a store, just like to prove that you exist?
I mean,
Or
mostly the second one.
Okay.
I'm sure I've interacted with one or two people here and there, just like if something comes up.
okay,
But I'm not like, I don't know if I'm necessarily doing not crowd work.
yeah,
But-
and you're since you're in disguise more
Yeah.
often than not,
Yeah.
you don't really have much time to get to know people.
Yes.
Um,
And it's a
yeah.
whole different person to
So,
disguise too.
you
So
spend
it's
that-
disguise.
you spend that first 10 day until the 20th of Marpanoth just building some rapport with the villagers.
Yeah.
Until like about on the 20th, you like go back and you like read through your briefing, and at this point you basically realize that you didn't go to the that you forgot about the monastery had a break-in.
Oh, whoop. I thought I
Um,
took care of that. Did I not?
as you did at this point you did. Yes.
Okay.
As you then went and investigated.
Okay.
Um
Forgot about a whole building. Gotta go.
So as you like went through the building, you investigated like the building to try to figure out what the break-in was about. You genuinely find like next to no evidence of a break-in or like them taking anything, and it takes you 5 days to even discover anything that's missing. There is a book in the Daemon section of the Fiend books that is missing. You then spend the rest of the 10-day kind of just talking to the monks, figure out anything of pertinence, who might have a motive to break in.
Right.
And you found out that there's really no significant history of a
No conflict.
yeah, no one who has reason to dislike this monastery. The most notable thing that this monastery has really done in its past is it sent 2 monks to the Shining Crusade. It was a crusade, I can't remember how long ago it was,
Way back
but a past crusade.
Okay. Huh?
I think it's less than a century ago.
Okay.
But and then you came to a new month, to Akhtar.
That's cheating. Their November stand-in sounds like October. Come on, man. Come on.
I mean,
man.
or I could be pronouncing it
No, it's Akhtar.
pronouncing it wrong.
October.
Akhtar. UK
These all sound like
TAR. Well, they're fantasy names, so
yeah. Marpana. Hello, it's me, Marpana.
Flame Rule.
Flame Rule. Flame Rule is a that's a dragon
But yeah,
of a dragon's.
yeah, you then like basically ask the monks, and you find out that the sightings, what the report of the cult activity came from this monastery, and it really came after the break-in. But there was strange activity of people acting oddly along the river at night.
Weird river.
As the 11th month of Akhtar rolls on, you continue building some rapport with the villagers.
Yeah.
And then spend more time researching specifically what that book was.
Yes.
Stolen. And you realize that it was a one-of-a-kind book about fiend names, a vital component of contacting fiends. Generally, of course, that would be general names, not true names.
Yes.
But yes, essentially.
Yeah.
As the 20th of yeah, so the 20th of October is where we kind of wrap that thing up. You yeah, so that's you've been receiving letters about weekly, about every 10 day from Cecilia. She's just trying to look into connections from in Waterdeep, between Waterdeep and this cult. And nothing has been found for this like month and a half that you've been.
Not even anything with the name book.
You don't know what names were in the book.
Okay, I only heard about that.
You just know what the book was about.
Oh, I see.
You haven't found the book. You just found out. You researched what it was about. You tried to determine what it was about by asking around.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
But yes, you did end up also learning that the we're gonna say that essentially you'll spend half of your time just researching the cult. We're not gonna spend actually like do the downtime there.
Yeah.
We're just gonna say that half of your downtime of this winter is spent looking at the cult, looking into the cult, and then we can do like what you personally do with the downtime, because kind of at this point you realize that yeah, it's still like the villa is still pretty empty.
Okay.
You could spend downtime kind of refurbishing, like making things about.
Sure.
But that apart from just saying like a vague interest of downtime that you're doing,
yes,
will kind of just move along with that.
I think I can think of.
Right, yeah. So the river does not connect anywhere near Waterdeep.
Oh, okay.
So you have Waterdeep, and then you just go south, and then there's the Sarian River that runs like down from the mountains to the east into the ocean, and it's just an east-west river. And then you go down, you go south farther, about I think it's like a third of the way to Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. And
then you find this river, which again is just an east-west river and just empties into the ocean. So the river has no connection. Like the road you came up is the most direct connection from this hamlet to Waterdeep.
Okay.
As yes, you you keep kind of just doing recon for a while. And eventually you in your disguise, right? Are you kind of like dropping hints that like if one of the cultists is listening to you, they might be like, ooh, that like what is your persona?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because the ultimate goal is infiltration.
So this guy, this disguise is it's very much. You know when you like. You know the language that you trying to buy drugs, where it's like, so do you know you party or like are you cool that kind of thing,
right? Yeah,
but with
demons,
demonic cult activity,
right? Yeah, yeah.
So like,
are you like presenting? How are you presenting yourself? What is the persona?
This persona, name is. Okay. I've got two really dumb names. I can't pick between the two.
Okay.
It's either Chromis Twos, or Euthanasia Pity Whistle.
Okay. Good job.
I did it! First roll fell off. So Euthanasia Pity Whistle
yes.
is an older gentleman. Got those little Ponsne, stupid little glasses on your nose.
Right, yeah.
That noise is what he looked. His graying hair that was once blonde. Deep set wrinkles, but only around his ear.
Okay.
He's got lots of gray clothing.
Right.
Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy.
Right.
Just
yeah.
Just the kind of guy who like holds himself in a way. Maybe I am better than common folk, even though I am common. Like those
right. Okay.
Those people,
yeah.
The people that still think there's a middle class in America.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Like,
So the middle class hasn't been established yet in this world.
Exactly.
So like he's just a commoner who's like, 5 generations ago, my family were nobles of this kingdom that doesn't exist anymore.
Exactly.
But I'm still a noble.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The guy
right.
who doesn't look like he. The guy who says he comes from money.
Right. Like
and has
like
very little proof for it.
The like early Americans who desperately were pretending they're still aristocrats.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly,
okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
But
So,
like,
are you presenting yourself as like, oh, I want to join a cult, or are you like presenting yourself as an expert? Right.
Ooh.
Like, how are you advertising yourself to this cult? Right.
That's. I like the expert angle, but also experts. If you try to be an expert in D&D, you get quizzed on the thing you're supposedly an expert in.
Yeah. So like as you have spent some, I mean, getting quizzed by commoners when you are you've literally studied this, like, yeah. I mean,
it's not too bad.
Yeah,
not too
bad. Through like,
oh, you're a cult expert. Name every demon.
Yeah, through like talking with and like building rapport with these commoners, with the commoners, with the common folk, you've kind of learned that they are in the I can't remember what it's called. But so the nobles of Daggerford are like in charge of this hamlet. And you are aware that the like people are kind of like basically have talked about how the during the winter tax is always good, like continuing to fully make the taxes. because just like everywhere else, they tax at harvest time. Despite the fact this is a fishing village, they still get taxed at harvest time, which does still mean that they're giving a significant amount of what they just got right before winter. So that's kind of like the general profile of this town, of this hamlet. Is it's a hamlet that is taxed significantly, and they are working for the, I think he's a baron? No, the Duchess. The Duchess of Daggerford. But yeah, how are you advertising yourself?
Fine, thanks for asking. What was it? What?
So, wait, okay. So, you're advertising yourself as an expert. You don't have to, like, speak it, right? You don't have to roleplay it. Just tell me what you're advertising yourself as.
Advertising, bit of an expert, but also, an enthusiast. As not just, oh, I'm one of the boys. Also, I'd love to learn about these boys.
Yes. So you're currently talking to somebody who, like, when you, like, dropped the hooks, right? The hook phrases, they kind of, like, looked around and, like, almost looked as if, like, at this point you've kind of, like, throughout a conversation, and even several conversations with this particular, like, the hooks that you've dropped have kind of, like,
I think
you very much suspect that this person is probably in the cult.
I think,
and as you, like, we will enter that scene where you are, like, talking with them, and this is the point where you're, like, probably, like, trying to achieve that in.
Yes.
Right? As you are currently just in the pub, a couple of pints down the way. Have you been like, what has been your strategy during this conversation so far?
So my line of reasoning.
Yep.
Demonic cult's in a place where that is a taboo. Normally, power hunger from rebellion against a current foe, whatever. Dated.
Okay.
There's always some sort of want for being more than.
Right. So
I think it's a lot of talk of a lot of language. You know, the way things are now. This cannot be the voice. That can't be the voice. Here's an eye, pretty much. I guess this is the voice. So it's something along the lines of, I personally, I've seen places that do just fine without, like, the main pantheon, and I think that I don't know, maybe some places should consider taking a page out of their book, perhaps. We don't always have to be bound to they are.
And as that's your conversational strategy,
I hope any of that.
I'm guessing since you didn't mention it, it sounds like you're not putting a strategy towards the drinking side of it.
By the way, here's another drink on me.
Like, have you been trying to, like, sit back and, like, make him think that you're drinking together, but not actually drink as much
Correct.
as him?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so go ahead and roll a deception check. Well, no, as yeah, you're kind of like, he's like, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I've always had, well, he's kind of a wood elf, or, sorry, they're kind of just a wood elf, because elves are androgynous.
Yeah.
They're a wood elf, and just kind of like, a kind of leaner, like, but, like, strong-looking person. Like, they look like they've been hauling, like, big nets of tuna out of the sea, right?
Yeah.
But still having, like, not enough nourishment to fully build, like, muscle.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always... Yes, I've had a bit of a... The Pantheon is always very much... hit or miss at some points, but it's important.
Oh, of course.
I mean... I pay my tithe. Especially with the monastery, do the honors to the Lady of the Sea. Just like, think. But it's... Shoot, I think I forgot to write down what the temple was in my notes. I did send it to you though.
You ruined it. Just screwed it up. The game's canceled. Christmas is over.
Okay. Okay. Oh, there it is. So I put my put my sacrifice to Lady Umberly, the to put off the wrath and all that.
Yes.
It's something.
But
As like, as you say, like, but like I'm imagining now is when you're like getting another round, essentially.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and make a deception check or sleight of hand check.
Okay. I know that's
to basically see if you can manage to get him to keep drinking and not realize that you're still on like the same pint.
Yeah.
Like as like he like basically you're getting refills and like he's on his like a late refill at this point, but like you like put up yours and the bartender kind of like just looks at you a bit as they like pour in like a shot of like ale. It's like this isn't liquor or anything, but like you've just been sipping it.
Absolutely.
So they're just kind of like topping you off.
Okay. Okay, 17.
The staving off the evil, he doesn't seem to know. Staving off the evil and just living, right? It's... Or they don't seem... Takes a swig. It just can't keep going. It has a limit.
Yes.
You know, it's...
I think that limit.
You can... I think that limit is getting actual pain. Pantheon... We have monks here. We don't have any clerics. We don't have... you're making a survival, but I don't think we're making a living. No, that's...
You know, at some point, there needs to be an update to the way things are, because sure, it might have been enough however long ago, but now there needs to be a better power in state.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There has to be a way for us to change who's in power.
Yes.
To actually get things done.
Yes.
And
that control over how...
I know the Divines don't make deals. Right? Well...
It'd be easier if
the Divines of a Runian Pantheon. I feel like you know what I mean. That's... There are other Divines, right?
Oh.
Like... we trade, like, we see the trader ships sailing up from Zarakara and from Karator, going from Baldur's Gate to Waterdeep all the time, right? They have different gods, they have different pantheons, right? I hear the rumor that Zarakara, his pantheon is mostly the divines that the church that the Faerunian pantheon has kicked out. That they say is a no-no.
Really?
That's what I've heard, at least.
And but that should be no reason why the people shouldn't decide who they worship or follow. You know what? Why is only one pantheon's opinion?
Exactly. If we need to make a deal,
you should be able to make.
We have to make a deal.
Decide who to make a deal with.
Exactly.
Have the opportunity at all. Nothing wrong with that.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Great.
I'm gonna say with advantage.
Awesome. Okay, so that is a 14 plus 4, looks like. Yeah, 4. So 18.
No. Meet me by the river to sundown last day this week. Just to the east, inland. I'll be there with a few friends. You might want to meet them.
Just happy to meet some
And I
like-minded folks.
I think they might like to meet you as well. After all, people with more expertise are harder to find in down like this.
Don't I know it?
You went and met them.
Yes.
A small group of people. When you meet them for the first time, there are just 2 other people, with this wood elf, and they welcome you and kind of like talk with you, but not like, hey, let's go sacrifice.
Yeah.
Right? Just kind of like sizing you up with more.
Yeah.
And you start essentially kind of like hanging out with these people every once in a while. Sometimes you go on like the fishing trawlers. As the 12th month rolls around as you're befriending these people. The 12th month of Nighthall. Nighthal. Nighthall.
Not all.
And so too comes a at the end of the first 10 day of Nighthall, a letter from Cecilia arrives.
Hmm.
Similar, nothing found. I have not found anything about the connection between the cult at that hamlet and any cult activity here in Waterdeep. I am, at this point, beginning to run out of any means of looking. There are a few more that I can look into, but well, all of the time-sensitive ones are gone. However, winter is coming soon. I know not exactly when winter is going to break, but once it does, any aid getting to you will take far more than a 10-day to get there. Depending on if the weather is any good. That is what? Sincerely written to you by Cecilia. That's what you get.
Yeah. Something dangerous about to happen. Feel it in my bone.
As you continue interacting with these people, with this, you slowly get to know more and more people. Some people that don't really interact with this group. Some people that that seem to have the same kind of conversation. And then into the second 10-day of Night Hall, you get those 3 original gather again. There is the wood elf, who I should have spent this time looking up a name generator.
Laura.
Yes. There is Laura, the wood elf. There. Grab my table.
One more.
Nope.
Terrible.
Okay, as
I'm just thoughts on the Three Stooges. That's what that's about.
okay. Yes, there is so a wood elf, a half elf, and another half elf
Walk into a bar. You think one of them would have seen it?
No, that's not the right type of elf.
Oh no! Other person.
Yes, so Laura, Lunen, and Very Dark.
Very Dark.
Yes.
What a name! I like Fairy Dark.
Or maybe Faradark, probably is how it's more pronounced. Faradark. As Yes, they show you, a book they have come in ownership.
I've got non-TOS approved in the back of my head.
As
Like Grandpa's attic.
you look at this book of the name of Yogaloth from the naming convention of Yogaloth from the lower plane. Precisely, the book stolen from the monastery.
Eat. Okay. Do they explain like what they're doing with it? Is this just a plan, or are
So,
they
like,
actively in the middle of on their way?
We've the half elf man is speaking up. He has a name. This is Faradark. Faradark, we've been trying to find someone who knows more. He came into possession of this book a while ago, and the idea struck us that, well, if we can make the right deal, if we can learn the right things, we can gain some autonomy from the Duchess. Something else. Now, we don't know much of ritual. We are common folk. You seem to know a whole lot more about this than we do. He kind of opens it up and kind of flips through. Okay. So there's this, right? There's something called a Arcanoloth. They are. Go ahead and make a religion check. See if you know what that is.
Yeah.
These Yogaloth, they're we can make a deal with them. They're amazing negotiators. Could get them to negotiate for us and get these shackles off.
20 plus 4.
Okay, yeah. So you know that an Arcanoloth is a fox-like Yogaloth, that are relatively strong. They but they are known to they like to collect like magical things, and they're very intelligent when it comes to the arcane. They are also known to be amazing negotiators. You have have heard that an Arcanoloth can negotiate any deal, essentially. However, of course, they will slip in some nefarious purpose that will ultimately end in their gain and the disaster. However, that there is, you remember that is your time in Baldur's Gate exposed you to more like international trade, and you have heard some stories from people from Zarakara saying that Yogoloth and other fiends can actually make deals and have their own causes. If you work with them correctly, there doesn't have to be that nefarious crashing down gotcha moment. Of course, that's something that back in Baldur's Gate scoffed at the idea of. So perhaps now curiosity of that statement bouncing around your head again.
Of which?
Of fiends having a why do you keep disconnecting?
Oh.
Of fiends having a being able to interact with fiends all. Not all interactions with fiends are nefarious. That
Right.
concept. Probably. Knocking around your head with decent developments for you.
Yeah.
Though the words of Father Odara that ultimately it will all come around to also definitely about head.
Right.
We have some ideas on how to summon, well, contact or something. Some vague. We feel like we can piece it together from this book. Something. So it if I have taught you correctly, the half-elf woman speaks up. If I have understood you correctly, Lulene says, I believe you understand that in order to have change, there must be, well, there's give and take.
Made omelet.
Right. So the question is, from what we have pieced together, we need a sacrifice of a soul to contact. We need to find someone for that.
Have someone. Or are
Well,
you looking for
someone
outside?
I mean, if you have a source, by all means, but we were thinking that people here, this hamlet, if someone goes missing, everyone knows. Everyone knows everyone here. But in Daggerford, that's a town.
Not harder to keep track of a larger population.
There are people go missing there. There are murders there, and it's just happens. It's a higher crime rate. Disappear. Now, of course, you realize
Yes.
that a soul does not mean a person necessarily.
They've given no specification.
Well, they have specified that they are talking about a person.
Yes. But
Though
does the book resource?
you kind of you spend some time looking through the book, right? It's very vague. It just talks about how with a ritual with a soul you can do this.
Fantastic.
The book itself talks about human sacrifice. Though you know that there are 4 options there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But it's mostly this book isn't about contacting. This is a book that is tertiary information to contacting. It's about names and organization of Yogaloth. Not as much organizations, but names of types of Yogaloth. Right? So it defines Arcanoloths, it defines other Yogaloths. And mentions that through sacrificing, through human sacrifice, deals with Arcanoloths can gain you the best negotiator possible. That's essentially how it's worded. As from that information, where do you go from?
Still within the group or later on?
Just what do you do from there? Right. With that information, whether within the cult or outside of the cult.
Outside of it, I'm definitely trying to strategize around this, at least go through it in a way that's lesser of 2 evils. Yes, because the last time I tried to interrupt the cult thing,
so
there was a bad time
with each of the cultish meetings.
Yeah.
It's only ever these 3 people. They talk to some other people who seem to also dislike being under the rule of this dukedom.
I think I definitely would have in a way of sparsing out whether this is something worth Euthanage's time, if what are their numbers? How much of a standing do they already have?
Just the 3 of them are aware of the book and have done anything.
Okay.
You kind of learn that there's not really any cult activity,
right,
other than these 3 got this book, and then they'll go out to the ocean and study, or they'll be at the riverbank trying to make circles, summoning circles and contact circles, and they've been trying to do things.
Very early stage.
They haven't killed anyone yet, or at least they haven't said they have.
Right. Okay. So much less of a threat than the cult dragon was.
Yeah. Well, the cult of the the cult of the dragon, I think you only interacted with 4 or 5 of them, but they were organized.
Yeah.
The cult of Asmodeus, there was a bunch of them, but they were disorganized. They were just like a bunch of random people who weren't like trained.
Gotcha.
Right. Whereas the cult of the dragon apparently had people who were literally like essentially crusaders, but from a cult. Yeah. On the side of the cult.
Okay.
Rather than just nobles who happened to. Though they do not seem, well, you can, like, if you want to know more about the cult, ask specific questions, and I get you answers, maybe with rules. Like, you could ask about tensions, means.
Do these seem like the type of people that have limit? Like, there's a line that they... Or is it...
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make a, charisma insight check.
Okay.
Because, like, you're trying to gather this information through conversation.
Rick and phone will let me do a dangness. Plus 4. That a dot? What?
And this is why you get a paper.
Listen, man! Listen! At some point, I will make it. However...
Yeah.
Shut up! Also because Discord call connected on the phone. Okay, I do a proficiency. So that's going to be plus 2, so we're adding 6 to this roll. Natural 1.
Ah, okay.
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So, as you,
It's because it's the gold dice again.
As you interact with that cult... That die rolls well for me. As you interact with this cult, and you kind of are trying to, like, learn their limits, the way that they are talking about sentient sacrifice, a person sacrifice. We'll use that term because it sounds like less sci-fi. The way they are talking... the way they are talking about awakened sacrifice, because awakened literally means sapient, basically.
Yeah.
The way they are talking about awakened sacrifice,
Yes.
makes it sound like they are committed. They are willing, they are going to go through with it.
Okay.
In order to overthrow.
Okay.
You as you've kind of trying to gather their intentions, you almost get the, like, energy that they're more insurgents than, like...
Let me out here.
Than like, they're not, like, activists,
okay.
Right? They're trying to overthrow status quo. And they... Basically, I mean, they are willing to do... You gather that of everything they've talked about, they have not hesitated in talking.
Okay.
Which makes it sound to you that steps beyond that they'll be willing to do.
Okay. Alright. I'm running through my options here. I really don't want someone to die from this,
Yeah.
but also
So
even Nikolai said,
as you are thinking that, as you are thinking about that, and your mission of I'm gonna reread. So mission of course was if you can infiltrate, figure out how many they are, who they worship, slay/banish that thing if possible, figure out if it's connected to any cult in Waterdeep, and I mean stop the cult activity.
Yes, yeah, I guess
As they seem very dedicated to their cult activity.
do I know if they mentioned if they have connected in Daggerford, or they only bring that up because it is geographical
it does
convenience?
seem like it's mostly
Okay.
Really at this point, like, you spent time, like, you spent a bit of time reading through the book. You, after learning about the book, had to try to judge them a bit more, try to suss them out.
Yes.
And eventually, for any direct action can happen, winter breaks. Snow begins to fall, and the river is over. And we are going to pause there for a moment, take a short break.
Okay.
We will be back in at 35. Okay. We are back. As Voltaire?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
My own time.
Mm-hmm.
Possible to sacrifice a devil to it. If I summoned Sure.
Not really, because, well, I mean, go ahead and make a religion check.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to sacrifice you, you little imp.
Ooh, someone get a sacrifice. +4, so we're adding 4 to 4, so 8.
Okay, you have never heard of something like that.
Oh, like I'm a visionary. Evolution.
And you do not have a library.
Yeah. I hate not having a library. Okay.
Well, I mean, you're also not in the right house for a library, unless you use some of your downtime to build a library here.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I gotta use one of those points for the library. Expansion. You gotta get.
What are you doing?
I'm researching. You know, I'm looking for loopholes, things like that. I want to know not only if it is possible to substitute something of fiendish origin for a sacrifice, but also my ability to change different forms and mask in many faces. I want to know if that is something that I would potentially, like, if not cast onto someone else, maybe like burn an aether crystal.
How are you trying to find this information?
Well, I don't know that Voltaire's a scientist. I don't know if he can actually test that.
I mean, how would he test those things?
How would he?
Like, for one, like, trying to test demonic loopholes, you would have to be trying to make deals with demons, right?
Yeah, that's a big...
I have no clue what that disguise thing you were talking about even was. Like if I had a... How does disguising someone help?
Okay, if I had a devil...
Yes.
And I disguised them as a person, a human being.
Okay. You are wondering if you could then try to sacrifice that and a devil would just be like, oh, looks legit to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's a sentient soul, so I don't know. You don't know either. Oh, nothing.
Does Terra keep those ideas to himself? Those thoughts?
No, I think he talks to himself about it.
Yeah.
That's the. I think he brings it up with Terry. He's like, this is not something I want to do at all, but this is. Is that possible?
Right. Well, no.
Oh.
The reason why sacrificing a fiend to a fiend not heard of is for a very similar reason why sacrificing any divine not work. Why angels cannot simply pray to each other to gain power.
Oh. That is
the
something
soul of a mortal, your magic, it's still in incorporeal form. But a divine is made of their soul. It is their soul turned physical.
Oh.
And therefore it is no longer, well, a liquid currency.
Gotcha. Okay. Come here. We get a bird. Minor illusion, a person on top of it. A 5-foot-tall person. Put the rabbit. Put the little
Additionally,
bird where the
a
heart is.
problem with that.
What?
As soon as the fiend obtained the soul of the sacrifice, they would know its merit.
Doggone it. Alright, fine. Okay.
If you disguised a bag of 2 copper pieces as a bag of 20 gold pieces and poured it into someone's hand.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Well. Looks like I'm screwed.
I mean, do they even need to have a successful sacrifice?
It's more reward than there is risk if I do it in this scenario than in the past.
Exactly. You just need to get better at trickery.
Yeah, you're right.
As your reflection hits you on the side and then heads off. As they're walking away, and you're enjoying it for a second, you then remember the onyx horns as if slicked back hair. You instinctively grab the piece hanging around your neck.
I'm going to prepare a draft of just to see.
Huh. Yeah.
Now I have to. Am I going to Daggerford, or are they bringing? Do I need to earn that kind of trust?
At this point,
Yeah, I'll bring the beer. You bring the dead body. Yeah,
well, they aren't supposed to be dead yet.
you're right.
And well, they seem like as you're interacting with them, they seem to go ahead and make an insight check, since you're asking. Make a wisdom insight check. Why is that looping? Looping. Oh, I'm sorry.
8.
You aren't sure what they think about you.
Yeah. One of these days, I'm gonna level up, and I'm finally gonna put any modifier into. Actually, I'm gonna advance and level to the point where I can get caught. Okay. Have they spoken about? I guess I could just ask them. How are they getting someone from Daggerford?
Yeah. Well, that's a plan we need to discuss. We didn't necessarily know if we needed a specific type of person. That is something that we needed to know.
Of course.
The Paradark says, I mean, well, Laura is quite live.
Yeah, we called her that.
No, Laura is quite live. They can get pretty much whoever we need.
Do we
Is
know?
that they can... What?
We know how many souls are.
I mean, you're the expert.
All right.
Didn't you know?
Well, I wanted to know if there was anything in your reading already, because it really does
It
depend on
just said with a soul sacrifice.
soul sacrifice. Could be anything. Not only is there a need to ensure that all goes well, but also that you have the proper funds, we'll call it.
Right.
You know, like,
So we should get something greater.
here's what I'm saying. How willing are you to have control over your lives? He asks this because met groups in your situation who have taken the ultimate risk themselves as sacrifice, and as reward being brought back.
That's a possibility.
Art of possibility.
But are we really worth as much? The fiend. Surely I don't know, a priest, a virgin, a duchess.
Sure, these are all very possible, but it really does depend on what your Arcanoloth wants. Do they want something that corrupt and make their own, or they want something that's already devoted to them?
I don't know. That's we've not contacted it. How can we know?
Exactly. We have a name, right? Name for this Arcanoloth
Yeah.
in the book.
It's a general name. It's essentially just putting Arcanoloth.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay. No other specifications beyond.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. I want to take advantage of them not knowing.
Right.
So, think about.
Go
what
ahead.
to define.
Just go ahead and make a Just make a persuasion check
Yeah.
to see if you can convince them.
9.
As you spend some time talking with them and kind of like discussing your plan, you don't just sit down and okay, let's do the war room, right?
Yeah.
It's like you guys are kind of discussing this as kind of like a vague plan.
Yes.
They do like ask you if you can teach them how to like summon correctly and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
Are they wanting to test it, or are they just wanting to as preparation?
They're wanting to know how to make a circle properly, and you know they've been testing in the past.
Yes. Okay.
So that's when you know.
Okay. So. Okay. 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 Pieces are coming together in my brain. So, I'm going to do a circle with minor altercation.
Yeah.
Where it's just enough typos, and like as I'm doing it, explaining to them, like as they've said, there are pantheons and divines from all over the place. Some other, depending on what you're looking for, you need different methods for different areas.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Excellent.
Yeah, you are teaching them everything, but slightly wrong.
Yes. The gimmick guarantee. Oh, goodness. Open your skills, please. Open your skills to me.
As this,
Okay.
As the 12th month is wrapping up, do you send, the letter?
I don't send my draft. I do send an update on everything I've been doing. Plans I've made, the current trajectory of where we're moving.
Yeah.
What they should expect. Forward number 17, so 21.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the best D&D player ever, actually. And nobody else knew before. But yes, I did, because I've been showing with my evidence, because I'm great. Anytime I failed, it's been a prank. Go for it.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, the letter was what about?
So instead of the letter about Barry, I am sending an update on where we are with what these people think of me, what the cult's plans are, things like that, what their willingness to do. Yeah. The whole shebang so far.
Yeah.
Trying to have as much detail as I can.
As Wintershield comes around, shortly before Wintershield, the day before, the last day of Night Hall, a letter from Cecilia arrived. This one saying, "Dear Voltaire, I am out of leads. There does not appear to be any connections that I can find. However, I find myself saddened at the prospect of no longer having a reason to write you. Now, if there is anything I can help with, anything, no matter how little, no matter how large, I can help you with that. And you can continue, well, correspondence. I myself am doing quite well in Waterdeep, looking forward to the, well, beverages on Wintershield. I hope to see a vision. Perhaps I'll get lucky, see Lythander, or manage to feel like your sister and get something with meaning to it. Sincerely, your friend, Cecilia."
Okay, I'm gonna returning the pleasantries, and also finishing that draft. By the way, now that you mention it, in my childhood,
as
Only just
Yeah.
recently remembered. Could you?
you think back and kind of fiddling the fiddle piece as you're writing and composing the letter. And you think back to when you left. You, in your, when you were young, 8, close to 9 at this point, you had discovered something that you later convinced yourself was fantasy. You had discovered the cult. The activities of your father and mother. At that time, you had only seen your father being involved. But you've read his journal since then. And you know all of your siblings who were alive at the time, who you were aware of existing. All of your family members participated. The only one who didn't. But you think back to that line in your father's journal. Ter is a clever boy. Anyone can figure a way out of this, he can. Grip that vigil piece a bit tighter. Not sure how exactly to feel when you know he was correct. Holt. Well, the Advocate wasn't just a devil. You had read, and you learned that they were a daemon. Someone participated in challenges, games, not just deals for souls. You challenged. Would you like to recount how you took advantage of your childhood lisp? Make sure you're loud enough.
Voltaire, as a young boy, ran through the trees overhead until no moonlight or star hardly shined through the branches, tripping and face landing around, giving himself a bloody nose. Up seeing figure. Wiping his nose at challenge you to a fit contest.
Yeah, just past your wrist, you managed to make out the word. Challenging, and the figure looked back at you. But of course, a fiddle duel would be splendid. Don't see why not. Meet me back here. Midnight of your 9th birthday. Of course, I will honor your game. And when you met back in those woods,
Yeah.
midnight, 9th birthday, walking into the woods, as you see in front of you stands that figure, that looming figure, their wings folding behind their back. As you approach, they turn, hooves into the ground of the forest. I got what you asked for, and you can take your pick. Upright fiddle bass, the violin, fiddle, viola, cello. Any of them can be fiddled. It's your choice, little one.
I choose to honor my game.
What do you mean?
Brings out a little board game with only one side of.
You remember that the daemon to provide the gaming supplies.
You're right. It doesn't bring out. This isn't what I asked for. This is not what my challenge was.
A look spreads across the fiend's face. You can't tell if it's a mix of curiosity and maybe spite, anger, frustration, but intrigue. Almost can't tell if it's a grimace or a smirk. Explain yourself.
I didn't ask for you to bring things for a fiddle contest. I challenged you to a fiddle contest.
Boom. You hear the distant midnight bell chime.
You haven't honored my game.
Oh. Oh, I do like you. Right. You win. You tricked a dame. Crooked game. The fiend reaches down and picks up a viola. Snaps his finger as an imp appears next to them. Grab me a board. Must practice. In solitude, I presume.
I'm gonna play with you. I don't have to do this. We already missed the day.
Until I see you again.
Just runs off.
Turns and runs. The fear building in your throat and breaking into your face once you have managed to get past it. Yes. You spend some time. You are trying to interact with this cult, try to convince them to do things, try to trick them.
Yes.
Oh, actually, first, do you participate in the Waterdavian celebrations for Wintersheep? Do you do you and your kids take the vision-inducing hot cocoa?
Oh. Yeah. We gotta.
Yeah.
Out of disguise, of course, in our own privacy.
Yeah. As you you have to order those things, the ingredients for it, and actually you have to order the product as you don't have the ingredients.
That's fine. Just one more check the sign. It's fine.
Yeah, just signing and getting a delivery from the basically sailing up to your docks. You get a crate of the definitely not potions. They don't qualify as potions. Mm-hmm. These are for a tradition.
Yeah.
From the
it's communion. It's fine.
From the McCovington Potion Company. As yes. You get some of the townsfolk to help you carry them into the house.
Yes.
Do you explain what it is?
Oh yeah, I guess I would.
Like share that city tradition with these townfolk.
Yeah, just be cordial about it.
Yeah, if they ask if they can have it, you have a larger order. As you.
I mean,
essentially did a typo and just ordered too many crates or something.
Yeah, makes sense. That sounds like me.
Yeah. Or no, you just like told Jasper to get some. And then he's like, oh, I'm ordering for a noble. They're going to have a party. So he just got crates of them.
Oh boy. Then yeah, I'm absolutely
Yeah, you just get the entire town high. They you give visions to this entire town of or hamlet.
Oh, tiny little fingers turning into worms.
So you invite them to your house, whatnot.
Yeah, I think so. Big party.
So as Voltaire,
yeah.
Prove it. As yes. Then as winter kind of passes on, and you're trying to integrate with this cult without pushing too much, as you're unsure how they feel about you. Eventually, Laura comes to the house. Or not to the house, sorry. Comes to you. Comes and meets you where you tend to meet. Presumably you're like, I am... Like, where have you been telling them that you've been staying this whole time? Have you just been, like, on, like, the Castellanter tab, just... No. Had a room permanently reserved just to be like, I'm definitely living here, guys.
Ooh. Maybe no. I think I said like I had a caravan outside of the.
Okay, so you've just been like, they are definitely like. Go ahead and make a deception check.
Yeah.
Because they're like, you are living in the middle of a Sword Coast winter in a caravan.
Ooh, that's an 8.
Okay, yeah. So they find that very weird, and that makes you even less want to push about things.
Yeah.
As you've just kind of become like a little bit of like you worry that you've become the weird cult guy who's teaching them how to do things.
Yeah. I've quickly gone from the coach gathering the team into the janitor.
We have what we need. We have what we need for the summons.
Who are you?
Yes. Well, Laura and... Oh no, wait, this is Laura. Lulin, yeah. Lulin. And shoot, what's the other one?
Faradark.
Faradark, yeah. Lulin and Faradark, they went to Daggerford. They've got some.
We know what kind of person. Snacks.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, they're bringing someone.
What?
You wish to. I turned back. They were unconvinced on inviting you. But, I think I think you do care. Sorry, that's me selling it. They're unconvinced is a harsh way to put it. They left it up to me to decide.
I get it.
They went on to Daggerford and well, later. On the 15th, it's just later this 10-day of this first month of the year, we are going to do the summons. We'll be just up the river if you want to come.
Look, I understand their hesitation. I'm trying to keep a bit of a private life, but I will do what I can to ensure that all goes as it needs to.
Good. We'll meet you there. Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm scared.
Do you confide in Terry?
Yes.
Boy. Yeah, so what do you tell Terry?
So, we've been doing... Two and I were bringing a guy, from Daggerford. Someone, I don't know who's getting ritualistically shanked, but, we got, they have someone that they intend to murder, and I know that the trust between those two specifically is a little iffy now. I didn't do as great with, but
I'm sure you're underselling yourself.
I did well. I think I did well. I think I made a distant enough character for myself. I think I've got down the inner ones, you know, the higher. But
so they went on essentially without you.
Yes, they are inviting. They have an invitation from one of them has been sent to me on the 15th by the river. Actual summoning time.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So we've got a bit of time to prepare. I just need to figure out how to make sure that they are stopped without them realizing that I have been totally screwing with them this whole.
Well, why? Why are you still screwing with them? Haven't you learned everything you need to know?
Oh.
They're not connected.
Not connected. I know who they're working.
How many there are.
How many?
There's no one to slay if they can't manage to summon them.
What?
So, you said one of the things to do is to slay or banish a fiend if it is summoned. They haven't summoned one.
Right, and they can't.
But they are potentially going to kill someone.
Yeah, that's a bad
thing. You're, do I actually... Is there anything I'm missing? I
can think of.
feel like something's incomplete. Do I... And I have to destroy the cult. So does that just look like... Bang, 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 bang?
Well... I mean...
Just start blasting.
That's a pretty effective way to permanently disband the cult.
Okay.
You said these people were dedicated,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Piercingly.
Yes. Dangerous.
Yes, so... I mean, that sounds like it's, worth dealing with.
Yeah. Okay, I just need... I have less hang-ups about getting rid of them and more just learn that I'm gonna do it the right way and not, like, gonna cause some bigger problem thing. I'm very paranoid because of last time.
There's 3 of them.
I know.
They're common folk from a hamlet.
Right.
Fishing is their trade.
Right.
They don't even know how to use a pitchfork properly, probably.
Yeah. True. True.
Indeed. And, well... Quite frankly, I'm growing fond of your... poppycock, kooky old, experts.
Really? Okay, I was worried that that was a terrible decision from the get-go.
Wonderfully so.
Okay, good. Okay, I'll take
It is great seeing these cultists take that hook, line, and sinker. Like, it makes sense.
It is really amazing how
Maybe
willing
don't
they
live
are.
in a caravan in the middle of winter in the future.
I regretted it as soon as it came out of my mouth, and I couldn't take it back. Because I don't know how to... I don't know that spell.
And, well... the village is nameless at the moment. Coming up with new personas all the time can be annoying. And Voltaire maybe could use some PR. How do you think the villagers would feel if you... Well, how do you think the townsfolk at Daggerford would feel if they know Voltaire Castellanter disbanded a cult?
That puts some jolt in my chest.
He says go there in disguise. If you reveal that as your disguise, then you never get to use it again for the off chance it's a problem. Then you can't build and build. It's always good to keep disguises in your back pocket and not have to make up them on the spot all the time.
Mm. So don't go as me. Go there as me and
disband the cult. Deal with them.
So I don't need to go in and be like, yes, I'm definitely one of you, and then surprise, it's me! I don't need to do that.
Just go in, rescue the damsel.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I wonder what gender this damsel.
I don't know.
I wonder if this damsel will have a gender.
Doesn't matter, I don't think.
It's fun to keep score sometimes. No.
Do souls have gender?
No.
Okay.
They don't.
Cool.
Divines neither.
Neat.
But it is always fun to keep track, especially if it's a soul that you've seen around before.
Oh, and I just like
fun to see if they've been bouncing
it's
around.
Like bird watching it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
interesting. Huh.
Tallying. No. Good rescue, good name. I mean, this Hamlet probably already likes you. bunch of fun visions. Well, hopefully only fun visions. I wonder what all spirits they got to see. Oh well.
That's a...
It's
think about it another time.
time to be deciding about everything.
Right. Right. I will...
Let's... Yeah.
Then.
Let's, well... relaxed and fresh for tomorrow night, then.
Okay.
Yeah, as he, like, your reflection does grab you by the lapel and just lead you off. As yes! We then go to the next night. You're walking along the river, it's close to the witching hour.
Which time?
And you're thinking. You've headed up a river before to deal with a cult. The last time was... well, your friend. Oh no, my laptop. Love that. Yeah.
Loser. Okay. Hey, did you know we have a Patreon?
There it is. No, don't do that.
Did you know that I don't?
So,
How many fingernails do you produce in a lifetime?
Tempson.
Post in the comments.
Tempson, the, one of your friends from your monastery is walking along with you. This halfling, monk of the Red Knight. The Red Knight being a divine of warfare. First crusade, first cult raid.
Oh.
Dude, you, me, following Father Odara, probably. I bet between the two of us, freshly on the scene, we will most definitely just annihilate the dead three. Those three cults are gonna be gone by the time we're old men.
I mean... I don't know, that only seems possible if it was like, I don't know, like the, say, maybe the Wilson most powerful left. Oh wait, that's us. So yeah, we're definitely gonna go.
Yeah, we got this.
We totally got this. We totally got this, actually.
We're gonna obliterate this cult. Fakal, who is also sitting at the table, which cults are you going after today?
Oh, you know.
We're going after new cults in the area.
Yeah, they're like...
just came in. It's, hey, Odara, which cult is it? I don't quite remember. Odara kind of stumbles in. Hey, stop yelling. Some of us are nursing something, alright? Says as he's like holding a mug of coffee in his hand.
I need a nurse
Scale.
coffee.
It's just like it's Baphomet. Cult of Baphomet? No, wait, Tiamat. That's the one. No, it was connected to Baphomet somehow. It's not connected at all. Don't.
So I don't think you did know that, actually.
It sounds like Bahamut, and that's the good dragon or some shit.
Okay.
As Odara kind of like sits down over in the room, your old priest of a father drinks his coffee. Is that a good idea? Much do you know about this new cult?
Well, I mean,
it doesn't matter what we know. Odara's been like hunting cults for a long time now. It's fine. We got this.
No, hold on.
We've been fighting cults, and he's been taking out the Dead 3, whatever. It's newbies. They're fresh. They're like nothings. They're nobodies. We can just go and deal with that.
Yeah, but he also took out cults that he knew about.
These are the little guys, the new kids on the block. We can beat them up no problem.
Yeah, we're...
It's my civic priestly duty or some shit to tell you not to beat up kids. Dora says, especially if they're not new on the block. That's bullying or something. That's my ministering for the day. Gets up and just walks off.
Oh,
like,
boy.
just kind of stumbles
Oh,
off.
he is bad today. That is not. Fuck.
I want to bet that he tried to nurse that hangover with more alcohol.
Undoubtedly, without question.
Hopefully he'll be able to stand for the raid.
Oh my gosh, if we have to roll him onto the field, that'd be fun. The question is, do we go by the hand or we just start kicking him and just we do a little line dance on top of him like we're rolling on a barrel? I'm sorry, what were we talking about?
As you remember how that all ended. Standing in front of Father Dara, body on the ground, Vitae, his life, as walking up the river. We'll get these guys, no problem. Imagine Kempson walking with you, skipping along, very happy to be doing things.
No problem.
Come on, it'll be nothing like last time. We'll get there before they do the summoning circle, right? That's what you're saying, right? You imagine probably what he might say if he was still here. Well,
Doing things wrong. I've got to get one thing right.
you feel the hand of your reflection on you. Okay, I'm here. Look like you were remembering.
Got a lot of experience with failure.
Come on. Just one bout in Waterdeep, it's fine.
Yeah.
Make a deception check for me. Just to see what, like, as you're like clearly trying to recompose yourself, just to see if you like
12.
you're not remembering Waterdeep, are you? Voltaire. Sarah. Don't know what happened in Baldur's Gate. What I do know, from looking up my favorite face, you weren't in charge. Might be hard. Whatever happened, it's rough, but it's not your fault. Your only mistake so far was trusting a friend. As that plays twice on your brain. Only mistake is trusting. Come on. Go get him. I'll hit the stragglers. I will cover you, though. No one's getting out of there.
Yeah. By the way, over there, I guess I'm...
Like reaches down and grabs some snow and then like throws it up at you. Ha! Sorry, I thought I was under attack. We can't clean that off. As he gives you a kiss and then kind of heads off. As you are heading into the woods.
Out of the woods.
As
Musical people?
you head up the river, and as you're going, you're kind of looking around, and you walk, you see something. The bank of the river was a patch of cleared snow.
What's on that path?
Gonna go over to it and look a little bit, maybe. Do you have dark vision or like holding a lantern?
Oh, good.
How are you seeing? It is midnight.
Good question. I don't.
There is a very
think I do?
there is a full moon. That's kind of like at this point it's kind of passing behind a cloud. The light's kind of leaving on this old night.
I think I... Discord on my phone. And excuse me. No, that's something I get later.
Okay.
No dark vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you walk over to it and you realize it's a fire. Well, it was. There are still some embers.
Oh, yes, I do have dark vision. I'm sorry. Magical and non-magical to a distance of 120 feet.
Yeah.
Hooray.
So you can like as
Thank
you're
you,
kind
Argus.
of as you're kind of approaching, you do see this campfire. The embers kind of still going, and then you look over. You see some footprints kind of going away. There were like older footprints, but then recent footprints heading just around kind of a forested bend.
Round the back. We're going to approach carefully.
Okay.
Eye on surrounding.
Okay, yeah. So like you're keeping an eye out. Are you like trying to stealth up?
Yeah, I think I'm trying to use the dark to my.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check. And the other option for approaching carefully is like staying frosty and kind of being like, as soon as I see some, like hold an action while you approach and just be like, yeah, if someone appears, I just Blast him!
Yeah, I'm gonna, okay, so that's a plus. So 3 plus 15, 18.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll be holding repair and eldritch.
Yeah.
Anything screwy?
As yes, you kind of head up. Well, you can either stealth or hold it.
Then I will stealth.
As you're kind of like stealthing, you get kind of over towards the forest. As you're kind of approaching, what is your passive perception?
Well, it's perception. So
it's 10 probably, right?
Yeah.
Unless you have negatives in wisdom.
It is a 10. It's a flat 10.
Okay, yeah.
So average.
As you're kind of approaching, as you just around the bend, as you get about 120 feet, you see kind of a shack. Yeah, you kind of see like a shack on the river. As would you know what that is?
Shack.
You didn't spend enough time out of the city.
It's like a mansion, but much smaller.
But it's, well, you know what a shack is, but it's on the river.
Okay.
Like, it's not, like, it looks like it's on the ice.
How do they prevent it from sinking? Fascinating. Magic. That's gotta be a magic shack. That's gotta be where they are. So, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Any windows? Anything like that?
As you kind of approach, you do see, like, there are, like, so, this shack is maybe, kind of like the size of this room, where it's, like, I don't know.
Oh, like, over there to there.
Yeah. It's,
looks about like a 15 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, like roughly a 15 by 15 building.
Yeah.
That's on this. And there is, there does appear to be, like, as you're kind of, like, walking on the ice, you kind of, like, see below the ice that there is, like, or actually, like, it's, as you kind of approach, you realize, like, at the shore, there is, no, just under a layer of snow on the ice, you realize that there's, like, wooden planks. There's, like, a dock heading to this thing, to this shack. But it's not, right now, it's, like, partially frozen and just above. As, yeah, you kind of, like, walk over, and there are, not windows as much as, like, shutters on the sides, that, like Venetian blinds kind of thing. I think they're Venetian blinds. The ones where you twist up and you can see the light through, right?
Yeah.
It's like that, but, like, it's solid pieces of wood that kind of overlap significantly to try to, like, some insulation. But those are, like, along the side of it.
A whole lot of visibility.
I mean, you could see if you could, like, lift it up in, but
I'm gonna listen first.
yeah, make a perception check.
Yeah. My favorite skill. So I will be rolling a charisma. Perception. It knew anyway.
Okay.
That's a 4.
And go ahead and make a stealth check.
Great. 3 plus 10. 13.
Okay. As, yeah, you kind of, like, come up and you're kind of, like, near the front door of it. Kind of listening. You can't really hear through it. Kind of like the wind, the howling of just wind passing straight over the river. Nothing really stopping it. Kind of whips across your ears and you can't really hear.
Gently as possible. Keep an eye.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make another stealth check.
Screw me on this. 13.
Kind of open the door, and you see candles. They're not lit, but their wicks are blackened. It's like they had been lit a while ago, but they got put out. You can smell faint smoke. They were just put out. And there is an unconscious human. You can't fully make out much about them. That is just like in the middle of this circle of. But go ahead and make another perception check. As you can't hear anything in there.
So list. Okay.
What?
I was gonna cast light, but I have to touch the.
Yeah.
So.
Which, I mean, you can see fine.
I can see fine.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're. But I can't see any people.
No. No. There are parts of the room you can't see.
In that case.
There are, like.
Yeah. I am going to cast Minor Illusion. In these. It looked like sparks of arcane. Like a red mist appearing and crackling in a line and then disappearing.
Yeah, go ahead and what components does that take? To be clear,
somatic and material.
Okay, yeah. So, then yeah, you can like do that without speaking. So yeah, and you do that. Go ahead and make another stealth check to see if you can do that quietly. You don't have to do it for the somatic.
Yeah.
But for the material, because you're having to like pull that out.
Yeah. Symbol as 3+ natural 1. Oh no!
As you like, yeah, you kind of like reach into your bag and you're like trying to look in your bag and you're like can't find it. As then a hand holding what you're looking for, like holding your holy symbol, is right in front of you as go. As then you look over and you see your reflection just face palm. As he gives you your holy symbol, do you still cast? As you then, yeah.
Yes, and
Okay.
I believe Minor Illusion can do audio as well, correct?
I don't know.
Double checking. Sound, image.
One or the other.
Okay, so instead, I'm
Yeah.
gonna cast my voice and echo that same little
Yeah.
I did. In that circle to make it sound like in just like varying tones and echoing.
Okay.
So it sounds like something's happening.
Yeah, sure. Make a deception check.
Yeah, great.
I was gonna say a deception check with your skill, with your spellcasting ability, but that's just charisma.
That's more charisma. Yeah. I mean, I'll add that too if you want.
Well, no.
That'd be fun. It'd be fun.
When I say
Natural 20.
Plus
4.
If I say do this with your spellcasting ability, I don't mean that on top.
Yeah,
I mean
I know.
that as your base.
I wanted
but,
to cheat.
Yeah,
It's fine.
as you do that,
as long as I'm lying, I'm great at this game.
As then you hear someone, you hear a familiar voice. Wait, what? It's summoning now. Are these? Okay, we need to do this. We got to do this now. Right. Okay. Well, if we're going, don't know if they're coming. Okay. Well, if you got to do it, yes, start. As you see, Laura, you see Laura, Lawlin, and Faradark. Yeah. Kind of step out of corners, and then they they light up the candles.
Okay.
That's for a second. You have to adjust back down. It's not like a flash or anything.
Yeah.
They're candles.
Yeah.
But
normal vision's going into actual.
Yeah.
Hammer. Great. Do I?
Yeah. Sorry.
I was gonna say, do I see an extra person there, tied up or anything?
Yeah, in the middle of the circle.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Great. Then.
You kind of look, and at this point, you see Lorlin is Faradark is pulls out a dagger.
Great. I'm gonna cast Mind Spike on Faradark.
Okay. What happens?
So they need to make a Wisdom save. And I will get some.
Okay. What components does that have?
This has just somatic. Lucky me. So that's gonna be. Let's see. 2. Okay. They have to beat a 14.
Okay. Yeah, they did.
Great. So they only take half as much damage. Which comes out to 5 points of. Is it?
Remember, it's fast combat, so spell damage is already halved.
You're right. Do I have it again then?
It's halved to start with, and then they passed, so it's halved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So quarter, that becomes 2 points of psychic damage.
Yeah. Yes. Faradark just just kind of grabs his head, as he's like, what? Kind of looks around, as they're what was that? Headache from nowhere. It's
ready to blast.
Yeah, kind of looks around. I don't think that's the summoning. I told you somebody was coming.
Right, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Kick in the door.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Okay. As you walk in and roll initiative.
Woo! Okay. 19. I feel good about this all of a sudden. Strange. I don't know what to do now.
Ooh.
Now that I feel like I'm capable.
As you are opening the door, Faradark kind of looks over, and just charges the door as you kind of kicked it open and are about to, like, kind of, as you are, like, even beginning to kick it, like, your foot, he pulls it open as your foot goes, and you kind of slip forward, and then he brings a dagger down at you, as he got a nat 20 on his initiative.
Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, crap.
Okay, and what did you get?
I got a 19.
Okay, roll again.
Hey. 18.
Okay. Okay, as, yes. It is your turn. Well,
right.
no, sorry. It's, Faradark is stabbing you.
Yeah.
Doing a good stab on you after you spiked him in the brain.
I'd love it if he didn't, though.
You slivered him in the brain, and now he's upset about it.
Well...
How could you do that to your friend who wanted to kill someone?
You're right. Yeah, this is about me.
As he
reflex.
gets a, that is a 9 to hit.
That does not hit.
As, yeah, he just swings and misses, and then, attempts to
Prepare this. Hurt me.
He's going to, like, after he tries to stab and misses, he, like, reaches out to try to grab your collar. So make an acrobatics or athletics check to avoid the grapple. This is his second turn because he got a nat 20 on initiative.
Yes. We're going acrobatics, because I'm weirdly dexterous. Dirty 20.
Okay, yeah, as you, just kind of, like, he grabs for it and you just kind of bat it away. Or no, dexterity, you would just kind of, like, dodge to the side. Yeah. And now it is your turn. Fantastic. As Faradark is right in front of you.
Great. We're gonna Eldritch Blast. So that's a 16 to hit.
As you do you have anything allowing you to point blank range spells? So ranged attack rolls are at disadvantage because they're ranged. If you're at melee,
right,
they're disadvantaged because they're supposed to be ranged.
Okay, yeah.
So you're trying to point blank someone with a Eldritch Blast, which, unless you specifically,
it says ranged spell attack.
Yeah, so it's disadvantage to attack.
Okay, that's fine. Where'd it go? So 6 plus. Well, at disadvantage, 6 plus 10, so 16.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
Wonderful.
Because, yeah, you just go to Eldritch Blast, Faradark.
That's 5 points of force damage.
Okay. As... Yes.
And, taking movement to get further in.
Yeah. As, you kind of like, he's in the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're gonna have to make an athletics or acrobatics to try to slip past him to get inside.
Acrobatics. 6. No.
Okay. As, yeah, you, like, well, I mean...
There's no safe way to do it.
Yeah. You, like, try to slip past as he kind of, like, blocks you.
Fine.
And, as you kind of, like, move, you, like, show into the light a bit. Lord Castellanter. Crusade! As, like, one of the others says, yes, it is. But, like, as that is kind of being said and you're kind of coming into the light, Laura kind of moves in, as well, and pulls out their dagger, coming at you, like, moments after, milliseconds after. She got a 19 as well on initiative.
Fantastic.
Or they, right?
Yeah.
And they got a 22 to hit.
Unfortunately, That does hit me really hard.
Okay. And that is...
Why do I keep playing distance spellcasters at close range? I keep doing this.
And that is 5 points of damage.
Okay.
So, did you half the Eldritch Blast damage?
No, I
Good.
did not.
Okay, yeah, because cantrips aren't halved.
Great.
Double checking that.
Fantastic.
Yeah, 5 points of damage.
Yep. Okay.
Oh.
Down to 6.
Yeah, I might want to enter defensive combat. Which,
Yeah. How am I gonna do that?
is like plus 5 to AC, but minus 5 to attack.
We'll go with that one.
We've simplified the version. But, of course, that's on your turn.
Yes,
As, Oh, wait, no, sorry. I rolled the wrong type of die. They have daggers, not the normal scimitars the cult have. It is 4 points of damage, not 5.
4. Okay, great.
Then, Lauren is just kind of like, just as the door is kind of full at this point, Lauren just kind of like stands there, and like backhands their dagger and kind of crouches.
Okay.
As it is back up to, it's back up to Faradark as he, kind of looks at Laura, and slashes and then steps back, like, into the room a bit. But, like, in a way that it, like, kind of sidesteps towards the door, not to give you attack of opportunity, but there's now a clear path. As he cuts, towards you, and that is a 10 to hit.
Not hit.
As it is now your turn again.
Fantastic. Okay. Gonna keep blasting, I think. So, fighting defensively.
Yep.
So, it's minus 5 to attacks, you said?
Yes. Well, so you can enter fighting defensive at the end of your turn.
Oh, I see.
Because it's a free action on your turn.
Gotcha. Then I will do that at the end of my turn. For now, we blast once more. For now. 7 plus 6, that's a 13.
At Faradark again. There are still people in melee, so you're still at disadvantage with your ranged attacks.
You're right. No one else I can hit that wouldn't...
Well, no, because there are people in melee range of you.
Gotcha.
It's not you're just targeting someone in melee, but you are in a melee when trying to.
Okay. And I already rolled, so I can't do a different... I'll roll a disadvantage.
Yep.
Okay, 7 plus 6.
Yep.
Yeah.
That hits Faradark.
Fantastic.
Roll damage.
Rolling. Nope.
Which, of course, reminder, you... Always good to roll damage and attack at the same time.
Yes. 6 points of force damage.
As, yeah, you just kind of hit him in the chest as just... You kind of see, like, hear a crack as he flies backwards and then just kind of lands against the wall and, like, sinks to the floor. Coughs up some blood. As it is... As you would have a bonus action. And a movement, of course.
Yes. Bonus action. The only bonus action I have is 2-weapon fighting. So, because I don't have a weapon to have a second attack with.
Right.
Not out yet, at least. I'm going to... Oh, is taking out a weapon a bonus action, or...
Yeah, you could do that as a bonus.
Okay, great. In that case, I'm going to take out my ritualistic dagger.
Okay.
And move further in, if I can.
Yeah.
And fight defensive.
Gonna move around Laura, as you're now kind of between Laura and Lorlin. Lulin. Lulin.
Boy, we made a great decision of 2.
Yep, Lulin is, kind of... As you kind of move in, Lulin kind of, like, looks around, well, actually, as you move in, they get an attack because they were holding their action.
Ah.
As, that is a 7 to hit.
Nope.
And of course, your AC is now +5.
Yeah.
As well as all of your saves.
Ooh. Nice.
But your spell DCs and attack rolls are -5.
Yes.
As then it is Laura, as Laura will, go for you and try to shank you.
Shank you first!
As that is a 13 to hit.
Not hit.
As then it's,
Deflected.
Lulin.
Let's say Frank. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Lulin kind of like, just kind of like backs up.
Okay.
Like a little bit, just kind of backs up to the other side of the summoning circle. Or even, like, actually backs up away from the summoning circle. But disengages. So you can't manage to hit them. As they just kind of holding their dagger out in front of them as, it is, as it is now your turn.
Right.
As you just see, your turn.
Who's within melee range?
Laura.
Laura? Okay. Laura's getting a dagger.
Okay.
So it's -5, and I already have +3, so it's -2 on this roll. 10.
Okay. Yeah, so you, shoot it, and, that is a... Oh, you can now exit defensive.
Oh, did
Right? So you can enter at the end of one turn, and then exit at the beginning of the next turn.
Oh, no way. Okay,
So,
awesome.
like, between your turns
Then
is
that's
safe.
what I'm gonna do.
But you can only do it once per turn. So at the between this turn and the turn after,
Gotcha.
you won't be fighting defensive anymore.
Okay.
It basically means for the first round of combat
Yeah.
after your turn, you can be extra
Gotcha.
safe.
Okay. I won't risk it then yet. The numbers
Okay,
are
yeah.
down.
So
we'll go
you
with a
said
10.
10 to hit?
10 to hit.
That does not hit as it kind of bites into their, like, thick winter wear. Then they kind of, like, back off and, like, your dagger, like, snags a little bit, but then pulls free.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Bonus action, other dagger.
Okay. Yeah, as you, like, pull out the other dagger on this turn.
Yeah.
Because you... As your, like, movement.
Yeah.
And, yeah, go for it.
6.
That's also a miss,
Yes.
but this one doesn't even, like, hit the armor. It
Yeah.
just, like, moves. Well, the coat. As then, Laura will
Do you do this with
attack you.
These are 4? Play with it?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, great.
Laura gets a 3 to hit. Or, no, a 7 to hit.
That's still
But still misses. And then kind of, like, circles around you, a little bit. Oh, I forgot to do that. Whoops. Oh, well. As, then Lauren, kind of, at this point, Lauren kind of, is still, like, just holding their dagger in front of them, just kind of, like, circling, like, at the back wall. It's kind of, like, kind of goes into a corner and then is kind of, like, looking over towards the door, Laura, and then you. As it is, your turn.
Right. Last. Still in defensive. for now.
Yeah, so you're, again, Laura's still in melee range of you. So that would be disadvantage.
In that case, I would like to not be defensive.
Okay.
And then shit.
And then,
Blast.
yeah. As, do you have... You don't have a Warcaster as a feat, do you?
I do not have any.
Yeah, so what do you do with the dagger in your hand? Because you need a free hand to cast spells.
I drop it.
Okay, yeah, so you drop it
Or
in...
I think...
What?
Hold on. There's nothing I could test to see if I could hold 2 daggers in...
It's theoretically possible.
Okay, great.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Great, yeah. 5. No, I drop
Okay,
it.
yeah. So you,
I toss it.
No, that's low enough that, yeah, you kind of, like, toss it over and then just, like, you try to grab it and then, like, kind of fumble and then, as you get, cut across the back of your hand, 1 HP.
Ah! Okay, so we're at 6.
As then, Eldritch Blast.
Blast!
So
that's gonna be a 6.
did you roll with disadvantage? Is there in melee range?
You're right. My bad. 16 versus... Ooh, yeah, 16.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
Great! That's 10 points of force damage.
Yeah, as you just... As then, it
Ouchie.
just... Yeah, you just catch... you catch Laura... it hits, like, at the hip, as you just hear, again, a... And you, like, even, like, hear some, like, ripping, flesh as the force hits so hard. As she just, like, lands to the ground, and as she falls, you hear a crack as her head hits the ice.
Oh!
As just the ice begins to, like, turn a bit red around her head. As, yeah, you one-shot her. As then, Lauren just goes, and tries to run for the door, as they go past you. They're...
Oh, opportunity attack.
Yes, you get an op attack.
Great.
So, yeah, just go for them with your dagger.
Yeah. Okay. Fortunately, that is an 8.
As, yeah, you,
Darn, I wish I could opportunity attack with the Eldritch Blast. Can you? I don't think you can.
as, yeah, you, you cannot, no.
Oh.
It has to be melee.
Darn.
As you, swing your dagger and miss, as Lauren just runs out the door.
I'll get her later.
And you look down at the summoning circle. The candles are lit, but the person's unconscious there.
Dark person.
As you see, it is kind of like warping a little bit. As you kind of look over, and you do see the blood of Faradark, and
Wait, but what's this gonna do? I messed
Laura
up the
is
sigils
kind
and
of
stuff.
like moving toward.
What's it gonna do? The circle already doesn't work. It shouldn't. I intentionally made it wrong. Kick the circle.
Or yeah, you're just gonna start trying to disrupt
Stuff
it.
it.
Yeah,
Knock
go
over
ahead.
a candle, whatever I need.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check to try to like take apart this circle.
Okay. Not proficient. Modifier it is. Folks at home, I'm using 2 character sheets for this guy because
Because he's a fool.
I'm
That's
a
why.
fool and I'm a garbage person. I take care of your garbage. Okay? Dirty 20.
Okay, yeah. You like take it apart in just the right way, as yeah, it stops glowing.
I'm gonna pull the guy up.
Yeah.
With my free hand. Them out. Like, how are they bound?
Just hands, bound,
hands? Okay.
and feet bound.
Okay. But I've still got a dagger in the other hand, so I'm gonna cut the ropes, hands and feet.
Yeah.
Where is Faradark?
Faradark is, at this point, just, like, slumped in the corner.
Okay, great. Any sign of life?
Make a medicine check.
Medicine? That's one I haven't used in a long while.
Of course, does take a bonus action.
Yeah.
So you pretty much just took this entire turn stopping things.
Yes. That's fine. I will catch it. Sec. Medicine, is wisdom. So, flat 9.
Okay.
Thing.
As that is... You are unaware.
Okay, Eldritch Blast to the face.
Yes. As, yeah,
just in case.
Just, like, neck kind of snaps. Go ahead and roll damage. Yeah. Just to see.
My dad, where'd it go? Ah, yeah. 5.
Yeah, it kind of, like, snaps, and then, like, a bit of the spine comes through.
Okay.
But, it does not decapitate.
Great.
By the force.
Can I see
However,
Luna
like,
outside?
yeah. You look out the door? No. You cannot.
Crap. Okay. This person, the victim, are they awake?
No. They are unconscious.
Slap. Wake up.
Okay. Make a medicine check, I guess?
Great. 6.
Nope, they do not wake up.
Why does hitting things not work?
I should have had you do that at a disadvantage.
Terry, can you wake this person up?
As Terry kind of like moves to the door. Oh, well. Actually, I'm a little bit busy as he just looking outside the door a little bit. In a moment.
Oh, okay.
As you kind of wait for a bit, as you like notice you're hearing something.
Okay.
As then you hear a snapping. As then Lorelei or Lauren falls to the ground as a whip unfurls from their neck and then just floats back into Terry's hand.
Oh.
As they just kind of like whip it around as it just goes around their hand, and you hear it snap into Terry's hand as he catches it, puts it back on his belt.
Thank you.
Got him.
Thank you. Great.
Kind of
work.
Heads
wow.
over. Looks at the unconscious body.
They're not dead.
No, they're not.
No. Great.
I'm not a medic.
Okay, so we don't know how to wait. Okay, so
I mean,
so just carry them back down, or
that works.
Great. We should collect things. At least the book. I'm gonna look for the.
Good for the library. Terry kind of says as he just kind of like leans against the door and like looks at everything.
I think we should. I don't think we should leave stuff because there were other people that wanted to be a part of this but couldn't, or whatever.
You saying burn it?
I'm saying burn it. I think this goes up in flames.
Well. Do you actually have, like, a fire spell or anything?
Sacred Flame.
Technically radiant.
Darn. Hold on, hang on. I think I have something.
Like, because the thing about that is, like, that's burning a soul. You're not burning an object, you're burning a...
Hold on.
Burning magic.
I think I've got something.
Hold
on. Okay.
I don't know. I might have produced flame.
Oh, I have a flashback to the future. I'm gonna. The door's made of wood, right?
Yeah.
Great. I hit myself in the face and cast Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. As like, Terry kind of like just, as you do that,
I think it like comes out of wherever I get
as it's,
hit.
as like, Terry just kind of like, steps out of the area as like, you have the book now, a bit more, blunt force than I prefer.
I don't have a lighter, so I didn't. It works! You know.
Yes. I meant
What?
blunt force pain than I... Whatever.
What?
Oh!
I hit myself. You're right.
Yeah, yeah. You head off. Head to town.
Hurry up.
And as you... like 5 layers of deja vu. Hate that. As yeah, you head back to the town. And things go around. How, do you, make any effort to spread the word of this cult, abolishment?
I want to do so, but in a way that isn't. I don't want to brag about it. I just would be like, here's what the people need to know. Immediate threat is no longer here. Stay vigilant. Stay aware. That kind of thing.
Okay.
Checking. And with like more public knowledge, I want to like check around to see like,
Yeah.
does anyone know? Is there anyone else we need to be aware of?
You would not get...
Right.
You do find out that the person you rescued is of... Well, they are, like, connected to the Duchess's family, but, like, not immediate family.
Okay.
So
wow.
they are, like, the one noble family that is in this vale, right?
Oh, boy.
So
much easier if they just did a suicide pact. Oh, they had to kidnap a noble.
Do you, like... You do anything about that?
I mean... Home? Call for a ride or something?
But you don't take them home yourself?
Oh, I guess I guess it's probably better. Probably better. Probably safer. Like, yeah, I think it's safer if I go with them. Just so for them to get there.
Yeah. Okay. So do you just take them to Daggerford and then leave them at the gate and be like, yeah, you're chill, or like, do you like go to the family and be like, Here they are.
Yeah, here they are. Here's what happened.
Okay.
Or
okay,
that kind of thing.
As yeah, this kind of tertiary noble family. Yeah. Very. They offer to like host you and like at their villa, which is smaller than yours.
It's fine.
And like, hey, like just like come have a social with us, kind of thing.
Ooh, if I did that, I would want the.
You can bring them.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Yeah. Give them a little more
as
good times.
You have made some sort of connection in Daggerfall, which may or may not.
Okay.
But that is where we are going to end this session. Thank you for playing, and of course, thank you guys for watching this kind of ramshackle session of just trying to get things together and to get a little bit of a plot going. unfortunately,
I will be dying soon.
Unfortunately, midterms hit a lot of us very hard and changed what was supposed to be, like 3 weekly sessions into 1 session at a weird time on a Sunday, without any announcement.
I think we can,
but
still do stuff.
Basically, that's everything that happened during the winter. I think we'll try to do some downtime, at the start of next session, or I might just, probably not. I'm probably gonna try to get just one-on-ones, or like maybe try to get the players together for a conversation and just do downtime, not during session.
Sure.
Because I don't think all of the players will.
Okay.
But this coming Wednesday, I'm going to we're all going to be making an effort to actually have a session this Wednesday. Midterms are over for pretty much every class, pretty much. There are some teachers that decided to put some midterm stuff right after fall break, which is interesting, but
they've also, fun fact, got hired after coming out of a circle made with candles.
But how was this session? It's
that worked out all right.
Yeah.
What time is it?
8:23.
Oh my gosh! Make a wish.
Oh,
make a kiss.
But yeah, that was fun. I'll look forward to next session. Do you know if you'll be here this Wednesday?
I should be.
Okay.
I don't know of any interruptions. I'll check later. I'll double check. As far as I know, we're good to go.
And I'll see how many of the kids can be here. We're gonna I think it's the Wednesday after this one we're gonna try to get everyone here, I think. Yes. The 26th. Hopefully will be a full group session. If it's not, it's not. Like, college students, life happens.
Weirdest thing about living.
Jobs, whatnot. So, yeah. Always a possibility. It won't happen, but we are aiming for a kind of the session after next should be a significant plot session. Because that'll be the finale of this chapter. Yeah, the finale of chapter 2.
Dang, we're already there. My God.
Yeah. I mean, chapter 1 lasted so long because we had to recast Dante.
True. Yeah.
Which is the only reason chapter 1 had so much in it. Was just because, like,
all of the
test sessions, and I spent at least a spring semester, if not also the fall. It was just the spring semester. Just the spring semester trying to recast.
Yeah.
The finale for chapter 1 was supposed to be like right after that winter.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think.
Oh.
No, it was supposed to be at the end of that spring semester. Because we were on the longer schedule at that.
I just had a thought. Do we have any idea when Voltaire's birthday is?
No, which I realized while trying to describe a forest that you'd be in.
Yeah.
I'll look. We might have it in the dossier and I've just forgotten.
Possibly. I don't know. In the back of my mind, it was like, what if it's like, I don't know, Halloween, but we don't have that.
No. Date of birth, day unknown, month unknown, 1474.
Okay.
Which I'm not entirely certain if that's years fully correct. I have to double check that because you
18 at the start of this.
You were the 18 at the start of the campaign, which was
in like fantasy March.
What? So wait, no. Okay, that was what
do we do?
1492.
1492.
It was 1492.
Yes.
So
So
1490.
that should add up.
Yeah, 1490. Yes,
74
that
works.
is correct. Yeah,
Cool.
74.
Prepare
So we just have to figure out. I mean, you might be 19 now. It depends on when we put your birthday.
Yeah.
If we put your birthday like, no, yeah, I thought you were like.
You know what? I know.
Yeah.
I know how to work this out. I'll pull up a personality quiz and see
So-
which zodiac sign Voltaire would be, and then working back.
Right. So I think your birthday should be like
Stars aren't real.
like. So we started at like beginning of summer, I think.
Yeah.
Well, the funeral was like yeah, late beginning of summer. And then we have so like yeah. If your birthday, if you're still 18, then that means it has to be like either winter, spring, or early summer for your birthday, or you're 19.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
I'll put it in.
figure it out. Maybe look at the holidays because it's always fun to have birthdays like
Yeah,
near like significant holidays
Yeah.
on in Waterdeep, because then I have more excuses
to do stuff with
involve the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, bro.
But
I think we should have at least like a flashback to the winter time to like that celebration.
if we do a Christmas special,
Nice.
essentially, we'll flashback to that
Cool.
Winter Shield, where you gave hallucinogenics to an entire hamlet.
And nothing went wrong.
Which, yeah, by the way, that's a canon tradition in Waterdeep, is on Winter Shield, which is the first of a new year.
Yeah.
Everyone, including kids, drink hallucinogenic hot chocolate to see visions of spirits and stuff.
We're missing out.
Yeah. Well,
goodness me.
gonna call it there.
Yeah.
You're sleepy. You stayed up last night, didn't you?
Yeah,
right?
a little bit.
Yeah.
It was worth it. We watched The Ring for the first.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Good movie.
I stayed up and played multiplayer Fallout New Vegas because that mod is fun. It crashes. I think we crashed like probably around 20 times. If
the
not
perseverance of a saint.
more. But
I would have eaten my computer.
the thing is that like the computer wasn't crashing. It was just like the game crashed, and it was just us reloading. And most of the time we were reloading like pretty soon. Like it was pretty recent.
Makes sense.
And it wasn't both of us crashing. Like it's more like an MMO.
Okay.
Than like a co-op multiplayer. So like even if the host disconnects, the server is still active.
Hello!
Baby, it's chaos.
Oh my goodness! Hi.
What's up, bro? Get in here.
But yeah. Oh, I suppose you were like cuddling one of the dragons.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention.
Yeah, I fully imagine one of
Yeah, that's great.
cat-sized.
Well, that's where we're gonna end the stream.
yeah.
Again, thank you. Oh wait, I forgot to do the outro.
No.
Thank you, Vince Vept and Shane Ivers. Check out Shane Ivers at silvermansound.com. All of his music is public domain. Check out Vince Vept at Bandcamp. They have a Bandcamp and a YouTube. They are gracious enough to allow us to use their music. So both of those are real cool people. If you want to support us on Patreon, do that. It's Dreamscapes Storytellers on Patreon. It is all of our channels and stuff and socials are linked on the Discord. Can I link them on the? I should link them on the YouTube.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. I don't think I have. They should be in the description though. if you want to join us on our weekly games, well, at this point, I'm only being able to facilitate every other week on the Dreamscape server because college. But if you want to participate in our games on there, join our Discord and hop into some of our Tales games. They're great.
Yeah.
Cool stuff happened. We did Pirates last time.
Yeah, I saw. That was fun.
We ended up having actually some PvP. PvP is only really suggested if everyone's like on board and having fun with it. But we cashed in a bounty on Blue, who had tried to kill.
Oh my gosh!
He had tried to kill my character. So I finally, I didn't place a bounty. It was
Oh my god.
well, me as the DM did technically, but that's because I'm a mod. I wasn't abusing my power.
I would. What? No, I wouldn't.
No. But we do not abuse our power.
I don't.
Like literally, the bounty was worth more money if we didn't hurt him. And if we ever put bounties on new players, it's always you cannot hurt them. But the I was like, I want to do pirate things and also do bounties. So I was like, yeah, I'll do that. But then he ended up placing a bounty on me, which still exists. So if you want to go on a pirate bounty and try to catch a pirate captain who's level 16,
it's probably fine.
Go ahead.
That's fine.
Technically I could level down
Don't.
for the tier.
Make it hard and horrible.
But I don't think the bounty's worth enough for me to be like, you have to be a tier 4. Because yeah. But yeah, join us. We'd love to have you. Ta-ta.